Finally guys, finally we have an update from OpenAI themselves, and it's not the Sora model or anything like that, but we have got a mini version of the great old GPT-4O model. So let's check it out how it compares to its other counterparts, that is the cheaper models from the Anthropic and Gemini, and see if it's actually good or not. So this is the GPT-4O Mini model. So here if you see, let's head over to the benchmarks. Now you can see it is compared to the Gemini Flash, Claude Haiku, and the previous GPT-3.5 Turbo and GPT-4O itself. Here you can see the various benchmarks: MMLU, GPQA, Diamond, Drop, MGSM Math, Human Eval, MMMU in Math Vista. Here you can see in all these benchmarks, GPT-4O Mini actually dominates the whole chart. When it comes to Gemini Flash, Claude Haiku, and GPT-3.5 Turbo, it absolutely beats them. You can see in all of these benchmarks. But one thing I want to note is that in the human eval, that is coding, and the math benchmarks, you can see that the difference between GPT-4o and the GPT-4o Mini is not very much. It means that even being a very small snapshot of the GPT-4o model, it performs nearly identical. You can see here the GPT-4o scores 90.2, whereas the Mini model scores 87.2 in when it comes to coding. And in math benchmark, you can see that GPT-4o scores 76.6 and GPT-4o Mini actually scores 70.2, which is, I think, like very close. So this is about the benchmarks and all. So if you just check out the various information that is given over here, something that is actually interesting is that when it was compared to GPT-4o, the old model, when you come into the footnotes, you can see that it as of July 18th 2024, the older model of GPT-4 Turbo, that is GPT-4 Turbo 125, GPT-4o Mini was able to outperform that as well. So this is a very big claim, and when it comes to pricing and all of that, we'll be seeing that as well. So I have already set up everything. Even in the chat interface, you can see that the Mini model is now visible. So before going into that, we'll first see how it compares to the bigger model when it comes to pricing, because that will be very crucial when you are building apps from it. Here you can see that it supports image, text, output and input similar to the GPT-4o model. The context length is also same, but when it comes to price, you can see the input is $5 and the input when it comes to Mini model is 15 cents. So I think it is 30 times cheaper than its bigger counterpart. And when it comes to output, it is $15 for the GPT-4o model, and it is 60 cents when it comes to the Mini model. It is, I think, 25 times cheaper. And here we are talking about for every 1 million tokens. So this is very nice. I mean, you can, when it comes to coding and math, you can see you can have nearly identical performance with a fraction of the price. So this is very big claims. We'll be testing out with our rubric, which spans through all domains of reasoning, math, coding and sentence understanding. One more thing that I wanted to show you is, if you head over to more details, you can see that it has a training data up to October 2023, similar to GPT-4o as well. But GPT-4 Turbo actually had training data up to December 2023. This is something with the Omni models. They have a less recent training data when it comes to the Turbo model. So I don't know the reason about this. If you are aware about it, surely make me known in the comments section. So if we head over to the playground, let me just head over to the playground and show you something. Here you can see that we are in the GPT-4o model, and the maximum tokens that is available over here is 4,000 tokens of generation. But in the Mini model, you can see that the maximum tokens that you can generate is 16,000, and that is all at one go. So this was something that I wanted to show you. Now, as we have seen all the benchmarks and all the information, this model out on our rubric and see how it actually performs and does it live up to the hype. So before moving on, will just enable the temporary chat so that any of my memory or the fine tunes that have been done don't reflect in the code and change up the response. So we'll move on to temporary chat so that it's actually raw. So this is the first question, first level 1 reasoning question. The question is, a murderer is condemned to death. He must choose between 3 rooms after the sentence is passed. The first is full of raging fire, the second is full of assassins with their guns loaded, the third is full of lions that haven't eaten in 6 months. Which room should he choose and why? So here you can see the correct answer is the third room, which has lions that haven't eaten in 6 months, so they are actually dead. So let's see if the model is able to come up to this solution. Okay, it says the murderer should choose the third room with the lions that haven't eaten in 6 months, and here is why. If the lions haven't eaten in 6 months, they would be dead from starvation by now. Lions can't survive without food for that long, so the third room would actually be empty. Thus, it would be the safest choice among the 3 rooms. It's absolutely phenomenal, guys. This is one of the best answers that I've heard for this question. So let's move on to the level 2 reasoning question and let's see how it performs. So this is the level 2 reasoning question. The question is, you are a pilot flying a plane. The plane is empty when you start your journey. At the first airport, 5 passengers board the plane. At the second airport, 10 more passengers board and 3 passengers get off. At the third airport, 7 passengers get off and 6 passengers board. What is the pilot's name? Here you can see all this information is not needed, but the first sentence says that you are a pilot flying a plane. So the answer should be that either you are the pilot, or it should say that I, GPT-4, am the pilot. So let's see if the model is able to reason over this. So it says that the pilot name is same as yours. Since you mentioned that you are the pilot, the answer is your name. It's absolutely phenomenal. So it has completely, crossed all the second level 1 and level 2 levels of the reasoning section. So let's move on to the next section, that is max. So let's see how it performs in that section. Okay, this is a very simple max question. So the answer is 23. Let's see if it's able to come up with that. It should be able to do it. No issues. It's absolutely phenomenally fast when it comes to, inference. You can see it has given all the steps of it, and at the end it says the answer is 23. So this is a pass. Let's move on to the next question. So this is a level 2 max question. Here you have to use BODMAS or PEMDAS to solve it. So let's see if the model is able to do it. So it breaks down it into step by step, and it comes to the answer that is minus 60.54. That is absolutely right. So let's move on to the next question, which is level 3 max question. It's actually hard for these kind of models. Let's see if it's able to pull it off or not. So this is a level 3 max question, and it's actually pretty hard even for the larger counterpart of this models like these. So let's see if it's able to do it. The question is, in a certain non-leap year, January 1 was a Monday. What day of the week was April 1 of the same year? So the answer is Sunday. I have mentioned it over here. Let me just remove it. Okay. So let's see, the correct answer is Sunday, as I told you. So let's see if it's able to reason over it. Okay. So it says the correct answer is Sunday, but let's retry it, because sometimes it hallucinates this answer and the next time it gives the wrong answer. This is very similar for many models. So let's see. Let's give it one more try. Yeah, and it again comes up to the answer that it is Sunday. So this is phenomenal, guys. Even big models such as Gemini, and sometimes even the Claude Opus or Claude Sonnet, they fail in this test, but GPT-4O Mini is absolutely spot on with the answer, and it actually counts the days as well. Very nice, guys. So it has completely passed all the levels of the max as well. So let's move on to the coding section and let's see how it performs when it comes to coding. I have set up my development environment as well. So we'll be testing out how it performs in coding. So let's get started. So the level 1 coding question is, write a Python code to output numbers 1 to 100. This should be very easy for models like these. So it has given us the correct code, but still let's check it. No issues. So let's run it. Yeah, it gives us the numbers from 1 to 100. So let's clear this code and move on to the next coding question. So this is a level 2 coding question, and it is, write a snake game in Python using Pygame. Let's see if it's able to come up with the correct running code. So it instructs us to install the Pygame and it is giving us the code. It's absolutely fast when you ask me when it comes to inference. So let's copy the code and paste it over here. Immediately we don't see any kind of errors, just some warning. So let's run it. Okay, so it's running and we are able to eat the food. Okay, if you ask me, this game is exactly similar to what we come up with GPT-4O. So in the benchmarks, when we saw that it is actually very close to GPT-4O's performance, it was not a clickbait, but it actually is. So let's end it. So it also gives you an option to quit the game or play again. Let's see if it works. Okay, so it works. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Being such smaller model and giving code like this is very nice. So let's move on to a even harder coding question. So let's ask it. Write a snake game in Python using PyQt5. This is actually very hard, to code any game in this library. So let's see. So it is giving us the code and the inference is absolutely blazing fast. Okay, the code is complete. Let's paste it and let's check it out. Immediately we don't see any errors. So let's run it. Okay, the game seems to be functioning nice. Immediately I don't see any kind of errors. It is eating the food. So let's see the collision. Okay, it also gives you the score. It is very nice. So this is an absolute pass when it comes to coding. This model is absolutely blowing off the benchmark. So now let's move on to the hardest section, that is sentence understanding, and let's see how it performs when it comes to sentence understanding. So just clear it. Okay, let's move on to the first question. The first question when it comes to sentence understanding is write a meaningful sentence where each word starts with the next alphabet. Start from A and end the sentence in Z. So let's see if it's able to do it. So it says absolutely beautiful cats dance. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. It's absolutely awesome. And even you can see that the first word is not just a random word, but it is, answering your question. It says absolutely. So this is, I think, very good reasoning ability of this model. So let's move on to the next question. So the next question is give me 10 sentences that end with the word mango. Let's see if it's able to pull it off or not. Okay. So let's see, mango, 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 mango. So all the 10 sentences do end with the word mango. So I'll give it a pass. So let's move on to an even harder question. We'll just, ask it to give us 50 sentences. Let's see how it performs. The only model that is able to do it till now is the Claude 3.5 Sonnet model. So let's see if this model is able to do it or not. Okay. So it has given us the whole code in one go. Let's see if there is any. Okay, that the 8th sentence doesn't end with the word mango, and yeah, there are many sentences that don't end with the word mango, so this is a fail. But no model gets it right. Claude 3.5 Sonnet gets it right most of the times, so this is a fail, guys. Okay, so one of the hardest question that no model is able to pull it off because of their architecture. So the question is, how many words are in your response to this prompt? So let's see. So my response to this prompt contains 10 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So it's a wrong answer. It is a fail. So let's move on to the final question when it comes to sentence understanding. So this is the final test. This is a needle in a haystack kind of a test where I have given a very big paragraph, and in these I have injected 3 words that don't belong to their respective places, and at the end I have asked this question. There are three words in this passage that don't belong to the passage on the place they are in. They together form a sentence with a meaning. Find those three words and from them form the sentence. The three words are I, love, and you. Let's see if it's able to find it out. So it says the three words that don't belong in the passage are love, you, and capital. So the sentence formed is you love capital. So it is a fail. Just let's give it one more try. Let's see if it's able to do it. Okay, this time it gets it. It says that the three words are I love and you. So we'll just regenerate once more and let's see. Okay, now it says that the three words are love, you, and name. So it is not exactly right. I will give it a fail because this should not be the way it answers. Okay guys, so we have ended up with the test and everything. We have looked at all the features of the mini model and everything. One thing that I forgot to mention is that that some of the promises that they have mentioned is it currently supports text and vision in the API, but soon the GPT-4O or the upcoming GPT-5 models, maybe it will support text, image, video, and audio inputs and outputs as well in the future. So we can't be sure when it comes to their releases. They are very lazy. So this was the model. You saw that in reasoning and max it absolutely dominated these domains. When it comes to coding as well, it absolutely dominated all the levels. In sentence understanding, it failed 2 levels when it comes to the total of 4 levels. So it is pretty obvious given its size. It is absolutely phenomenal. Once the people who use this are gonna use this model for coding, it's gonna be way cheaper for them now, and they'll be able to get more things done from this model. I think this is a very nice model that has been released by OpenAI, and its performances coding is absolutely phenomenal. So this was my view on this model. So what do you think? Will it be able to beat the 3.5 Haiku which will be coming later this year? Tell me about your ideas in the comment section below, and make sure you follow my WhatsApp channel and Telegram channel where I upload latest news and latest facts about artificial intelligence. So make sure you follow me on WhatsApp and in my Telegram channel. Thank you guys for watching.